What's going on, you guys? It's Braden White. I'm bringing you another martial arts study guide. This will be our 4th installment. And after some long waiting, I went over kicks twice. I went over self-defense. So I think now it's finally time we get into some more basic stuff. And I think I'm going to show you guys primarily strikes and blocks today. I might go over a few more kicks. All depends on how I feel. The scenery's kind of changed. Usually I do them on another part of the yard, but that part isn't really accessible right now. But I got a new bag. My brother Luke, you may see him in some other videos, he bought this one for us so we can do some home training. He's one of my students. He's probably one of the best students I got right now. So I'm going to be using this to demonstrate the strikes, and note that a lot of these strikes, not all of them are going to be punches. Sure, I'm going to be going over some punches because punches are essential, but I'm also going over like some palm strikes, some elbows and stuff like that, and just kind of widen your guys' variety. And as I mentioned in every other martial arts study guide that I do, please do not use this as a substitute for any traditional martial arts school or a regular class. This is only meant to be a supplemental training tool. And also consult any doctors or physicians before you start any martial arts program or other workout regimen. So we'll go ahead and get started. A lot of my punches I do a variety of different ways, mainly because I have a traditional Japanese karate background and I also have a little bit of a boxing background, so I kind of alter them a little bit. So in the karate, I'll start off with the karate punches first. I always start off with my punches. I'm in a front stance, which is kind of like I'm on kind of an incline, so you might not be able to see the stance that well. But I'm here in my stance. My hands are up, and I was always taught the leg that's out, that's the hand that's out first. So in my stance here, first punch I'm going to demonstrate is called the lunge punch, and it's called the lunge punch because when you punch, you're punching off the lead leg. So you're here, lunge punch, reset. I'll demonstrate it on the bag here. You're here, and boxers also use that. They going into that is the jab. You're in your boxing stance, and like I said, the leg's out, that's the hand that's in front. Jab is basically the same thing, except this hand doesn't come down by the waist like you would in a karate punch. It stays here guarding your face. So from here, you're just going to launch it out there, bring it back, and you're just going to. I'll demonstrate that one. And off of that punch, off of that lunge punch we have right here, we can go right into a reverse punch. And it's called the reverse punch because it goes off of the back leg. The leg that's in front, you're punching off the back leg. So I have my left leg forward, my hands are up, I throw my lunge punch, and then from here, I go straight into the reverse punch. And I can go straight back into the lunge punch. Reverse punch, lunge punch, reverse punch, lunge punch. And notice how my stance is not changing at all. So I'll demonstrate that one. Okay, we're here in our stance. Lunge punch, reverse punch, lunge punch, reverse punch, lunge punch, reverse punch. And you can just alternate them back and forth. And similarly to the lunge punch, boxers have what they call a right cross. And what you do is you set up with that jab and you just come right in with that right hand. And they call it the right cross because when you punch, you're coming across your body. It's almost at a diagonal angle. So you throw that jab straight out. So you're boxing, you throw that jab straight out, and they call it a right cross because you kind of turn your body into a diagonal kind of motion. So from there, I'll demonstrate both those. We got the jab, right cross. Jab, right cross. Jab, right cross. Jab, right cross. And going into some other ones, hook punch is pretty much the same for both boxing and karate. What you do is I'll demonstrate the boxing version. Like I said, there's not really much difference, but I'll set it up for my boxing jab and right cross. What you're going to do is you're going to throw that jab out there. I usually throw a 3-punch combo when I throw the hook. I throw a jab, right cross, and I come across with the hook. And what the hook is you just basically turn your arm at a right angle and you bring it across like so. And you can hit either like this or like this. It really all just depends on personal preference. When I'm hitting the bag and I got my gloves on, I usually hit like this. When I'm working out with no gloves on, I usually hit like this. It really all just depends on what your personal preference is as an individual. So going into those, scoot back a little bit here. We're in our boxing stance, we're bobbing, we're weaving. We're going to throw the jab, right cross, left hook. Notice how I just brought it across. And you can also throw right hooks in there also. Left hook is probably the most common version of the hook you will see, whether it be in the ring, whether you be training. That's going to be the most common version that you see is the left hook. And coming off of that left hook, going back into the boxing combo. And like I said, that left hook goes right after that right cross. So I'll demonstrate all of them again. Go. Demonstrate them all. We got left hook. We got the left jab. I apologize. Left jab, right cross, left hook. Left jab, right cross, left hook. That's how we go. Yeah. So, going off of those, adding another punch into it, we have what we call an uppercut. A lot of y'all know what the uppercut is. Basically, you're throwing your punches and you just come right up. This one is kind of important to keep your fist facing outwards. You just come up. That's all you do right there. So going into that combo, you got the jab, right cross, left hook, uppercut. Okay? So we'll do that a little bit faster. Then we'll go into it on the bag. Left, right, left, right. Now on the bag, it's kind of hard to do an uppercut on because you really don't have a way to get any kind of target on there. You really have no way to make contact, and you don't want to drag your knuckles. This is a cloth canvas bag, so if I were to just drag my knuckles across it, I would have a severe burn on my knuckles. So whenever I do an uppercut, I just bring it as close as I can without hurting myself. I mean, going to some other strikes that aren't punches, we also have the karate palm strike, which is a really good self-defense move for those of you who are interested in self-defense. Palm strike, you can pretty much do anything you can with a palm. Anything you can do with a punch, you can do with the palm. And a lot of times it's actually safer to do it with the palm so you're not risking breaking any hand bones. So, the palm, what you want to do is, I'll get up close so you can see how my hand is going to be positioned. With the palm, you want to hit with this part of the hand. You want your fingers curled in and tucked, and you want your hand to be almost at an upward motion. That way when you hit, you're hitting with the palm. You're not hitting with the fingers, you're not hitting with this part of the hand, you're hitting with the palm. So, we're here, delivering palm strike. One more. If you're going to use that one, I recommend making it towards this area. It'll knock your opponent it'll knock the wind out of your opponent, knock him out of breath. I don't really recommend doing it to the face region if you're in competition, because you can do some serious damage, and I don't want any of y'all hurting anybody. So that's what we got so far. We got the palm strike, and then you can do the palm with the left hand also. It really all depends. Like if you're right-handed, your left hand stronger, you throw it with the left hand. I'm right-handed. I throw most of my hand techniques with my right hand. Elbow strikes. You see a lot of them in MMA competitions, Muay Thai fighters. They use elbows quite a bit. And that one's very simple. You just come across with the elbow. You can go across, you can go up, you can go down, you can go side, you can go behind. There's a lot of different ways you can do the elbow. I'll demonstrate the cross elbow first. On the back, like I said, you just bring your elbow across. And then you got the side elbow. Then the upward elbow is almost like an uppercut. You don't want to drag it across the back because you'll have a really bad burn. So just come up with it. Then you got the one that goes behind you. This is for mainly if somebody comes up behind you and like grabs you in like a bear hug or something. You just come up behind. If they come up behind you, you just. Now going into some blocks, because blocks are important for competition and self-defense. Most of these blocks come from the karate background that I have. I'm going to start off basic and what we call a lower block or a down block. And this is mainly used to deflect like low area kicks, like front kicks, like kicks that are going from this area and this area. Is mainly what it's used for. So you're in your front stance. This hand's going to be up here, ready to do anything it needs to, and this hand's just going to come down straight like this. And now you're in your down block. You can do it with the left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. And that's your down block. Your next block, we'll go into, this is called the inside block, and it's called the inside block because it comes to the inside of your body. This is used to deflect hand techniques. So inside block, this hand again is going to stay right where it needs to be to protect you from any oncoming activity, and you're just going to bring it to the inside of your body really quick. So right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. And now the outside block is the same thing, except it goes to the outside, and it's also used to deflect oncoming hand techniques. Or these could also be used to block kicks if you're doing them right, or if somebody happens to set up in a way where you can use them. They're mostly just going to be used to defend hand techniques. So outside block, right hand, left inside block, outside block, I'm sorry, right, left, right, left. This next one, mainly used coming for like an overhead attack. Like the way I was taught to me is like somebody's coming at you with a knife and they're coming over the head. It's called a rising block or upper block, whatever they decide to call it in your particular style of preference. I've heard it called both. Either one is correct. Once again, this hand is here, and a common misconception is that the hand just comes straight up. But if the hand comes straight up, then the guy can just come right over the top of it. So you want it to be up and at an angle. That way when it makes contact, it can slide off. Slide off to your elbow. So you got the right rising block, left rising block, right rising block, left rising block. And then one that is primarily used as like a catch or a trap is called a X block or a cross block. And basically all you do is you cross your wrists and it goes down, or it can go up. Either one is, this one down here is primarily, again, for like you lock, grab like an ankle, and you turn it. Same for up here. This one's like another coming over the head. You catch, grab, manipulate. Either way you want to do it is correct. So we got low cross block, high cross block, low cross block, high cross block. And those are mainly all of the basic blocks and strikes that we use. Now I think I'll go into showing you a few combos of using both punches and kicks. Starting with one of my favorites. Very simple. Jab, cross, reset, roundhouse kick. Like I said, I'm at kind of an incline, so my form might be kind of off, but I'll do it a little bit faster. And then you could also add like a back kick or a jump spin back kick off of that after you throw the roundhouse. I'll demonstrate that. Demonstrate that one more time. And you can also throw some front kicks and come in. So you're coming in with like a front kick, you can come in with some lead hands. I think we'll go over one or two more combos with you. This one requires being a side stance from, I can't remember side stance from, first couple videos I did talking about the side kick. This particular combo involves a side kick. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in, throw the side kick, and throw a back fist. I'll demonstrate a little bit faster. And then going off of, I'll show you one more. Another one you could do is what my system calls a butterfly kick. Other systems call it like a flip kick. It's a front kick into a roundhouse off of the same motion. So you're coming up and around without setting your foot down. So you can do that and also come in with a back fist. I'll do it a little bit faster. So I think I'm going to call it a day. It's kind of hot out here. It's like 90 something degrees. Heat index is in 100 and something. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go inside, cool down. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, do not use this in place of a regular martial arts class. This is only meant to help you with your technique and help you maybe with some sparring ideas that you might have to see if they work or not. Please consult doctors or physicians before starting any martial arts program or exercise program in general. This is Braden White. It's been real. Later.